What's up, guys? It's your boy Mikee. You already know. And, well, kasama ko ngayon dito si Sige. Nagtatabaw si Sige dyan, but I'm gonna ask her, kung may extra analysis tayong kailangan siya, tatanungin natin. Alright, so, trabaho ko lang dyan, baby. Alright, so, the name is Mikee Reyes once again. And guys, pagbigyan niyo muna yung glasses ko, ha. Okay, Saturday pa lalabas yung totoong, wag tumawa, Professor Reyes to. Saturday pa lalabas yung totoong glasses ko na, which by the way, tumaas nga yung grado ko, kaya hindi ako makapaglabas ng YouTube videos the past couple of days. Kahapon hindi ako nakalabas kasi sumasakit ulo ko kada nasa PC ako. So, I had my eyes checked. Again, thank you very much to those who suggested na magpa-check ako ng mata. Doon sa mga nagsabi na matanda na ako, kaya ganito, tandaan itong araw na to. Alright, so pagbigyan niyo muna yung glasses ko for the next few days, okay? Professor Mikee in the house. Katumawa muna. Alright, so guys, the PBA schedule has finally been released and we're so excited for Friday's opening day. Triple header tayo sa Friday, guys. A lot of good games. Mamaya natin pag-usapan yung mga games na yun. Babe, sa Friday nanonood tayo. Mag-YouTube live tayo sa Saturday. Friday. Alright? 3 straight games yun. Okay, so for today, pag-uusapan muna natin yung mga teams na maglalaro sa Friday. Oh my gosh, Friday guys, Friday. Okay, but for now, ngayon, in this video, we're gonna talk about the Alaska Aces, led by your favorite coach,
Jeff Carriazo.
There you go. Na, hindi mababuhok.
Kalbo!
Alright, Coach Jeff Carriazo and the rest of the Alaska Aces will be going up against the Blackwater Bossings on Friday. First game yun ng triple header natin. So, let's talk about Alaska real quick. Okay?
What's up, yo? It's your boy Mike. Those who haven't subscribed, I don't know what y'all doing. Channel, subscribe button, you already know. More basketball content coming your way.
Ito pa ng aksyon ang nakaharap sa atin. But they need stops. And Di Gregorio refuses to be stopped.
Oh.
Kabalik din kagad.
Okay lang, nakangiti eh.
Sabi niya, pasahan niyo ako, natumba na ako.
And he's trying.
Yun na! Last time around is with Di Gregorio. JV, nagpakawala agad. Now with it, 9 points, 3 of 4 shooting. Trotter will throw it down. Back jumper, Di Gregorio couldn't get the bounce. Rebound from the weak side, Bonya.
Happened to find the hoop.
Yes. And you also have to take a look at this very proud front.
Sakti Geronteng to the basket.
Alright, so during the bubble, they had a 7-5 record. Middle of the pack yun, I believe. Wait. Middle of the pack. Yeah, middle of the pack. Number 6 sila. They made it to the playoffs. They went up against Phoenix Fuel Masters and doon natalo sila, of course, by the Matthew Wright-led Phoenix Fuel Masters. Okay, but they had a great bubble. But alam naman natin the main story of the Alaska Aces moving forward, entering this conference. It's their post-Vic Manuel era. Alright? During that long off-season, we all remember how they traded away Vic Manuel for a couple of draft picks. At yun, maybe, dun pala kita natin that Alaska is very much rebuilding in a rebuilding phase sa kanilang franchise, and we're very, very excited to talk about their new players coming into this confidence. But with all that said, alam natin 7-5 sila during the bubble. Alam natin din kung ano ang nagagawa ni Vic Manuel on the court, and for sure they're gonna miss that 20-point scorer that they once had. Someone na bibigay mo lang bola and he can operate on his own, mid-block, mid-range, post-up, and all those things na kaya na gawin ni Vic Manuel. But looking forward though, very exciting times ahead for the Alaska Aces because, guys, they have a lot of new faces, they have a lot of new rookies, a lot of free agents na pinick up nila. And of course, they're vets. They're vets who will get more playing time or more touches. Kasi nga, wala na si Vic Manuel. Talking about Robbie Erndon, Mikee, Mike Di Gregorio, JV Casio, and all those guys. Alright, so first off, let's look at their lineup. Again, guys, this is based off Wikipedia, so hindi ko alam kung sino dito yung talagang magiging official nila. But right now on Wikipedia, I'm gonna post the lineup here. We have Robbie Erndon, Abu Trotter, Michael Di Gregorio, former FU Tamaraw, Kevin Ebonia, Geronteng, who by the way just signed a max deal with them, a long-term max deal with them, Maverick Ahanmisi, JC Marcelino, one half of the Marcelino twins, Ray Publico, JB Casio, their senior statesman sa team na to. Lone senior statesman, by the way. Siya lang ang veterano talaga dito. Kevin Racal, who is suffering or is recovering from an ACL tear, Rodney Brondial, and 2 Big pickups off of free agency for Coach Jeff. Former MPBL MVP Gab Banal and reliable big Yusuf Taha. Malaking bagay itong dalawang pickup na to because these are vets. They may not have, kumbaga, actually si Yusuf Taha matagal na naglaro sa PBA. Gab Banal has been bouncing around, but nakita natin yung full potential ni Gab Banal nung naglaro siya sa MPBL. So it'll be exciting to see kung malalabas ni Coach Jeff yung Gab Banal na napapanood natin sa MPBL and also sa 3x3. Alright, so two big pickups for Alaska. And their 4 rookies coming in: Ben Adamos, Taylor Brown, RK Ilagan, and Alex Stockton. Low-key, during the draft, I said this: Alaska is one of the biggest winners of that draft with 4 solid picks. Alright, they got a future Sonny Thos, hopefully. Yung nagkaka-retire lang kasi ni Sonny Thos, and Sonny Thos has been the long-time center of the Alaska Aces. And alam natin, the Alaska Aces have had solid centers dating back to Pochuino, Bong Hawkins, and all those guys. Tapos may Danny Ildefonso pang assistant coach. So Ben Adamos is gonna be there. They got a shooter in Chris Brown, in Taylor Brown. Also, they have a reliable point guard, a future point guard, a future solid point guard in the league. Of course, the development will be there. RK Ilagan off of San Sebastian. And of course, the gritty, and the very mabait Alex Stockton out of the Far Eastern University Tamaraws. And exciting times ahead again for Alaska. Doon pa lang sa lineup nila, kita mo, batang-bata, isa lang ang veterano nila talaga na talagang medyo nakakatanda, which is JV Casio, which will be very, very great for their team. Kasi JV Casio, although he is not a very vocal person, he leads by example. Sa lahat ng nakausap ko na Alaska Ace, laging yun ang sinasabi nila. JV Casio is always the first one. Maybe not the first one, pero JV Casio is the ultimate pro. And so many people are writing JV Casio off because of the entry of so many point guards. But JV Casio is still one of the most reliable vets in the league. And if he can lead this team, maybe not in scoring or not in usage, kasi marami ng bata dyan na magagaling sa Alaska, but just the leadership and the IQ na madadala ni JV Casio will be very, very big, or very, very important for this conference, at least para sa Alaska Aces. Alright? So those are their new players. Like I said, Adamos, Brown, Ilagan, Stockton, Taha, and Gab Banal. Okay? So let's talk about their rookies first. Ben Adamos, again, maybe the future Sonny Thos, maybe the future solid big man for the Alaska Aces. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, aminin ko na ngayon, nung tinanong ako ni Coach Jeff Carriazo who to pick at number 6 sa draft nila, I mean, he didn't rely on me 100%, but he asked for my opinion, and I said Ben Adamos nga, because Ben can do a lot of things. Ben can do a lot of things in the paint. He can shoot the outside shot. He's very versatile. He can run the floor. He's very agile for his size. And I know that with the guidance of Danny Ildefonso, one of the best big men in history, hindi malayo na talaga mapapilis yung development nitong si Ben Adamos. Alright? So Ben Adamos is going to be a very, very big piece in this Alaska Aces team in the future. Actually, ngayon pa lang I'm not gonna be surprised kung marami na siyang minuto. I think from the roster that we've seen, ang talagang legitimate big lang doon, actually si Rodney Brundial, si Yusuf Taha, and Abu Tratter. But still, Ben Adamos has a lot of upside, so I'm not gonna be surprised if right away bigyan na ng kumpiyansa itong si Ben Adamos. And they've been practicing for a while now, so I'm sure nakita na or nakapasok na sa role itong si Ben Adamos para sa Alaska Aces. Alright, and another guy, their second pick for Alaska is Taylor Brown. They're very high on this guy, Taylor Brown. And I've seen clips. Hindi yung nagti-team building sila tas nagpapataw si Taylor Brown na. Although that made me very happy because I saw na talagang confident si Taylor Brown sa sarili niya kasi sumasayaw siya noon. He's a rookie and he was really entertaining the whole team in that team building. I think that's very, very big for camaraderie and also to be able to be comfortable right away with your team. Alright? So Taylor Brown will get a lot of guidance coming off the bench. Siguro si Mike De Gregorio, for me, number 1 shooter nila. Robbie Erndon is there. Maverick Ahanisi will also be a reliable or a guy that you can rely on both ends. But, Taylor Brown is going to be a solid shooter for Alaska. I think that's what they lack. Because we know that JT is a slasher. We know that sina Ben Adamos, sina Mikee, Robbie Erndon, they're all slashers. Yung talagang spot-up shooter lang nila. JV Casio, I can't say is a spot-up shooter kasi point guard siya. Siya yung nagdadala ng bola. More or less, medyo pull-up shooter si JV Casio. But, itong si Taylor Brown and Mike DeGregory are really the ones who will spread the floor for Alaska. So to add a Taylor Brown to help out itong si Mike DeGregory for that assignment, malaking bagay para sa Alaska Aces. Alright, so RK Ilagan and Alex Stockton as well will fill in that role. Hindi man sila magamit lagi because medyo masikip yung backcourt nila. Nandun pa si JC Marcelino. Although, yung future, alam naman natin, Alex Stockton is a guy that you can put in and put on the best player if you want someone to just, para kulitin yun and be physical with the perimeter play ng kalaban. So, that's something to look forward to as well. RK Ilagan also, I've seen RK Ilagan grow up in the NCAA. Talagang may pukul tong taong to. So anytime you put him in, nag-promise din siya sa atin na titira siya kahit anong mangyari. He may not shoot those 30, yung mga sobrang layong 3 points niya, but we know that he's gonna take his shots. Alright? So those are the new guys. Yusuf Taha, Gabanal, we already talked about those two. Very reliable vets na who are here to prove that they belong in the league, especially Gabanal. Alright, let me talk about Gabanal real quick. Like I said kanina, he's been bouncing around PBA, MPBL, Chooks to Go 3x3, D-League, yung sa Mighty na Jones Cup siya if I'm not mistaken. But Gabanal is a hooper. Gabanal is a hooper. And I am very, very happy for the dude. And I'm very, very happy for Alaska to finally pick up that gem. That gem in the rough na talagang tingnan nga natin kung ito na. This may be the team na malabas yung laro ni Gabanal sa PBA. Very, very exciting times, especially for the real basketball fans na talagang na-excite dun sa mga players na ang gagaling na hindi nakakaroon ng chance sa PBA. Finally, Gabanal is gonna represent all those players now and hopefully malabas yung laro niya dito sa Alaska Aces. Alright? So those new players, I am sure, meron at meron dun na talagang gagawa na this coming conference for Alaska. Players to look out for. Okay? I have 3. I'm not saying yung iba hindi gagawa, but these 3 I'm very, very excited about. Alright? Number 1, Jeron Teng. Jeron Teng is now the franchise player of Alaska. We know that it was Vic Manuel before this. Before Vic Manuel, it was Calvin Abueva. In between that, after Calvin Abueva, si Vic Manuel na. If I'm not mistaken, hit niyo po in the comment section kung may mali ako or may nakakalimutan ako. But the last franchise player for Alaska was Vic Manuel. In the bubble, alam natin, Vic Manuel was their go-to guy. I don't know if it's right after they traded away Vic or before they traded Vic. But they signed JT to a long-term max deal. And that just goes to show the trust na binibigay ng Alaska kay JT or meron sila kay Jeron Teng. And rightfully so, man. Jeron Teng has been a low-key big contributor for the Alaska Aces. Alam natin that JT hasn't had the hype that he had when he was with LaSalle. Kasi nga, medyo, alam naman natin, unorthodox panurin si Jeron Teng. But at the end of the day, he gets the job done. And Alaska sees that every day na palaban itong si Jeron Teng. And alam natin, matapang naman si Jeron Teng. So if he can rub that off to his other teammates, and, he has a chip on his shoulder. Kasi nga, franchise player na siya. Max contract ka eh. Diba? Max contract ka long term. And you're the young gun eh. Diba? Iba si JV Casio. Obviously, JV Casio is, set na yan eh. Diba? Kumbaga, alam na natin si JV. But JT, I believe, with the exit of Vic Manuel or trading away Vic Manuel, this is his confidence. This is his confidence to show out. This is his confidence to really show us what he can do. And with that long lull, I know that JT got better. Kasi nga, hindi naman magpapahinga yan si JT. Alam ko, he's gonna add a facet in his game. Hopefully, may shooting na siya talagang consistent. Diba? But, this is someone to look out for itong si Jeron Teng with the trust na binibigay sa kanya ng Alaska Coach Jeffrey Carriazo and all the bosses. Hindi malayo na may kumpiyansa si Jeron Teng coming into this conference. Another guy that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about is Robbie Erndon. Alright, this guy can hoop. Robbie Erndon can hoop. Okay, isa pa to sa mga hindi masyadong flashy like Jeron but gets the job done. And in the bubble, he showed out. He first played for the Magnolia Hotshots. Medyo nahirapan siya rin kumuha ng minuto. Pero paglipat niya ng Alaska, alam ni Coach Jeff kung paano gagamitin si Robbie Erndon. Alright, so Robbie Erndon is someone to look out for this coming conference because if he can bring that same confidence, that momentum he had in the bubble, malaking bagay siya dito sa Alaska Aces moving forward. forward. So Robbie Erndon is another guy to look out for. More or less like a Jeronteng, but Robbie Erndon can stroke it from the outside. He can really shoot it and he can really spread the floor. But I don't see him as a spot-up shooter. Medyo mas kailangan niya ng bola. Alam natin, he can run the break. He can attack the basket. Robbie Erndon, man, one of the more underrated players in the league. Alright, so these two guys, along with JV Casio. JV Casio, again, is still one of the more reliable point guards in the league. I'm very, very excited for him. And I'm very excited to see kung talagang he can lead this team. Alright, quick shout-out lang. Alam natin, like I said, Mike De Gregorio, Mavahan Misi, Abu Tratter, who else? Kevin Ebonia also, maganda yung rookie season niya, maganda yung rookie conference niya. So Kevin Ebonia also will be someone to look out for in this coming conference. But shout out to JC Marcelino. I think JC Marcelino needs to level up also this coming conference. JC Marcelino, medyo gumanda yung bubble niya compared to his rookie season. Was it a bubble his rookie season? Man, naguluhan na ako. But JC Marcelino, Kevin Ebonia, I think those two guys can take it up a notch. Take it up a notch na. Kasi nga, lalo na si Kevin Ebonia. Kasi nawala na si Vic Manuel eh. So he will have more minutes on the 4 spot. So Kevin Ebonia also, one of those guys na medyo natago nung FEU or medyo hindi pa lumabas ng wild. Kasi may mga ganong players eh. May mga ganong players man. Just let him loose. And Coach Jeff let him loose during the bubble. So that's another guy to look out for. Alright, so Robbie Erndon, Jeronteng, JT, JV Casio, Sir JV Casio, and then the 2 sophomores. I'm not really sure if they're sophomores or juniors kasi ang gulo-gulo na nga, but those 2 guys need to take it up a notch if Alaska wants to be successful this coming conference, alright? And all the other guys, of course, all the other guys. Storylines, I think there's just really one for Alaska. The future is very bright for Alaska. I know that they lost a big piece in Vic Manuel, but the future is very, very bright for the Alaska ACES. Ang bata nung team na to, guys. Sobrang bata nung team na to. Sobrang bata pero sobrang competitive. And I feel like this is the time Coach Jeff can really put in his system. Kasi nga, like what I said about, what do you call this? Like what I talked about with the Terra Firma Jeep. Meron kang guy na first, yung main guy mo, which was CJ Perez for Terra Firma, Vic Manuel for Alaska. The disparity between your top guy and the next guy was pretty big with Vic Manuel and CJ Perez at Terra Firma. So, there were times na talagang wala kang magagawa. Like, give the ball to Vic Manuel, dumiskarte ka na dyan, Kuya Vic. Gawan mo na ng paraan. Now that you take away a Vic Manuel and now it's more balanced, the team is more balanced, I feel like dito lalabas yung sistema ni Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. Kasi wala na siyang choice eh. Wala na siyang uuwian na parang Vic na parang, oh, Kuya, Vic, get the ball, do something. Wala na siyang ganun eh. Of course, he has a lot of one-on-one players in Robbie Erndon. I believe Jeronteng can be that guy. But what I'm just trying to say is it's more balanced. The talent is more balanced now. And we're gonna see the ball move. And we're gonna see a lot of, of team basketball for Alaska. Feeling ko lang naman. Di ko naman sinasabing sure ako doon. But feeling ko lang naman. And also, again, the rebuilding phase of Alaska. Can Alaska get back to the way they were a couple of years back? Na talagang competing for a championship. Alright? It may not be this season. It may not be this conference agad kasi there are a lot of teams around the league na medyo nagpalakas din. But we know for sure that the future is bright for the Alaska ACES, especially with this rebuilding phase. This may not be the year or this may not be the conference wherein they will compete for a championship right away, but this conference will be very, very important for them to gain that momentum para tuloy-tuloy yung improvement nila as a team and as individuals. Alright? So it'll be very exciting to see itong Alaska ACES in the coming conference. Alam ko Coach Jeff is very excited for his new team, his young team, and I feel like a team that they really pumili talaga sila ng players para ipagsama-sama. So I really feel like dito lalabas yung coaching ni Coach Jeff, yung sistema ni Coach Jeffrey Carriazo, and whatever the plan is of the Alaska management for this team. Talaga makikita natin this coming conference, and with a lot of preparation, hopefully matanggal agad nila yung kalawang, 'di ba? Tas tuloy-tuloy na yung improvement ng Alaska ACES. Alright, so that's exciting, the Alaska ACES for us. Yeah, man, they're gonna go up against Blackwater for their first game on Friday. That's the first game of a triple header, which by the way, again, magla-live kami ni CK kasi gusto niya manood ng PBA, hindi ko alam. 'Di ba? Mag-cheer ka ng PBA, 'di ba? Bigyan mo, sinong favorite player mo sa Alaska?
Coach Jeff!
Alright, so the Alaska ACES is one of the teams that talagang, again, we will look forward to in the coming conference and in the coming years, actually, with their young team. And my ignorant girlfriend. Alright, this has been Mikey Reyes.
I have a favorite PBA player.
Sino?
Naman.
But not from Alaska.
Oh,
So mamaya na yun. Okay, the name is Mikey Reyes. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace and love, and I'm gonna see you all on the next team rundown here on Mikey TV. Take care of yourselves. And yan, nagulo na tuloy ako. Alright, I'll see you guys soon.